Greetings from Cairo, dear ATES members, and congratulations on your 20th conference this year. That's very impressive. I was RELO Dakar, as many of you remember, between 2003 and 2007. And last weekend, I went through some photo albums and my old journals to try to remember more clearly some of the memories from that time. One of the first things I found was a photo from a Christmas party soon after I arrived in Dakar, which has at least 6 or 8 ATES members in it. All of you gathered around the Christmas buffet table in my apartment in Les Almadies. And that's where I think I met most of the first ATES members during my stay in Dakar. I also found a brochure, an early brochure for ATES that I think Aminata Lo and I worked on at the Ministry of Education. It was the first time to create a brochure for ATES. I remember on a number of occasions having ATES days at the university at Cheikh Anta Diop, and I found a few photos from that too. I'm sure some of you will recognize the lady here, Jenny Lejnev. The relationship between ATES and the TESOL in Washington allowed Gail and Ginny to come for at least one International English Day at the university. And on another occasion, we brought Ambassador Jacobs over to English Day. And I think she read the dictation text that day, if I remember right. The RELO office took members of ATES to International TESOL, and I remember, I think it was Mam Penda who brought a surprise with her. She brought a boo-boo to the conference. Maybe it was I think it was in Vancouver or Seattle that year. But she actually got me dressed up perfectly in the boo-boo, but unfortunately, somehow, I don't have a photo of that. So I hope someone does, and if you do, I'd love to receive one. One of these biggest memories for me, and probably for those of you who were ATES members at the time, is the biggest event that ATES hosted during my time there, and that was the symposium with International TESOL. And ATES decided to add on an event before to make it a bigger event. So we brought in representatives from many countries around sub-Saharan Africa. And I remember very clearly being in the airport a long time with Moussa Diouf, making sure that all our visitors got into Senegal safely and out of the airport safely. That was quite a wonderful memory for me. Interestingly, I don't have any photos of the actual event, but I'm sure you do. We had it at the Teranga Hotel, and we had Elliot Judd, who was president of International TESOL at that point, and Chuck Amorosino, who was the executive director, and Jody Crandall, who was our main speaker. A very good memory. And my final memory is within the last couple of weeks of my stay there. And I was at an English day where the kids were performing, and halfway through, maybe even closer to the end, Vice President Adima Sidibe called me up onto the stage, I thought to present awards to the kids. And in fact, she made me cry by giving me a very wonderful farewell and presenting me with this lovely scarf, which I still wear and treasure. My days with ATES were wonderful. I wish I could be with you now to celebrate. And who knows, sooner or later, maybe I will. Thank you very much.